Even started? Why are you?
And now, Jabroni Studios, in association with Big Herm Productions, is proud to present to you, recording from an undisclosed location in Oakdale, Connecticut. It's Chris Burns. It's Chris Lynch. This is Dysfunction Junction.
And it's Matt
Marsh.
And Matt Marsh. Ladies and gentlemen, we are faster than a locomotive. What is it? Faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, able to watch
small buildings in a single.
No. We're going rogue today. Able to watch John Black slap the shit out of Robert Scorpio, that Scottish prick. Because with one lazy eye, John Black can still do the job. What was Scorpio? English?
Australian.
Same
thing. So it was
a different language.
John Black could kick every one of our asses, and we thank him when it was over. Pull up your pants, kids. Here we go. It's top 10 lists and a funeral. Welcome to Dysfunction Junction.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
My name is Chris Burns. With me, as always, the co-host with the utmost and the best chin biscuit in the business,
Chris Lynch.
And, of course, joining us again from the deepest, darkest, wherever he is, where the sewage isn't flowing like wine this week. Please welcome Mr. Matt Marsh.
No, it's dry and it smells rather nicely down.
It does. It's got a lovely bouquet.
Matt Marsh, the reason we can't have nice things. And of course,
can't have nice things.
Of course, the producer extraordinaire, the man with no hair, the man who can make any story last 45 fucking minutes when you've got 3 minutes to go before air. It's Big Herm, Michael P.S. Herman.
It's a good fucking story.
It's a fantastic story. It's just not the story I want to hear. We got 3 minutes to air.
Well, you know, I know the guy that runs the show. He said it was all right.
You know, I talked to the boss, and the boss says I can do whatever the fuck I want.
The producer, he said, "Don't worry, take as much time as you want."
This is freaking guy. He just talk all the time. I can't get him to shut up for about 3 minutes.
A little Guido Sarducci?
No, that was actually one of my aunts who passed away 2 years ago.
No,
she talked like that. She really did. But every sentence started with "Ma, what, ma, why you have the?" I remember when Emma was a baby, she had the binky in her mouth. She said, "Ma, you don't need that. You are a big growing girl. You take that out of your mouth."
Is she like Italian, Russian, or something?
Very much Italian, like fresh off the boat. My granddad brought her over Italian.
Oh yeah, there you go. That'll do it.
She used to swim. She used to hang out and soak in the jacuzzi.
No, in the jacuzzi. This is the woman that even when I was starting to get a little heavy, she's like, "Ma, you look like you know eat. Come sit. I make you something to eat." And I get fed for weeks in this one sitting. I can't eat anymore. No, please eat. You make me feel bad.
No, it's that John Panette bit where he Buon affumato. I know how to say I'm hungry. I said I was. I know Buono affumato. I know how to say it in Italian. I know how to say it in 27 other languages too. I can write it in hieroglyphics if you need to. Let's order some food.
Right.
Now,
well, guys,
away,
John Panette. Yeah,
he's dead.
All of them. Him, Ralphie May, all the big ones.
Yeah.
But remember, there's only one Turd Ferguson.
That's right.
Yeah, I like the name.
It's a funny name. No, it's not. Yeah, it is.
It's funny.
I like my hat. It's kind of funny.
It's kind of funny.
Who is Andre the Giant?
Andrew the Giant.
Andrew the Giant, which is coming up. We'll have to deal with that later. But wow, before we get into the hilarity, Herm had something you want to talk about, so take it away, young man.
Oh yeah, the funeral part. I had chef, a mentor of mine, recently passed away, and I just wanted to give a shout out to Craig Small's family and friends and everybody mourning the loss of Chef Smallsy. So nothing crazy, nothing big, nothing heavy, but we lost another soldier, and rest in peace, man. There it is.
Now, I have a question just to lighten the room. Now, when a soldier dies, they bring him back, they drape the casket and the flag. Like, do you put his apron on the top, maybe some tongs, whatever he threw at the sous chef to get him to speed up a little bit? Did he have like a favorite spoon you could do that with?
Yeah, you could do that with. I mean, you know, chefs do carry a spoon. I have chef spoons. They're tasting spoons. Yeah, I have I have favorite spoons. Yep.
Craig was a decent guy. I got to know him through other people in food and beverage at the casino.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
Good guy.
When you sent that picture, I'm like, dude looks awfully familiar, but I didn't know him on a personal level, but you did. So, you know, like I always say, if you give somebody a stamp of approval, more often than not, I'm going to give him one back. So,
yeah, I mean, he was fair. He was tough. You knew where you stood with him. He was all right, people.
Oh, well, I'm sure he'll be missed. And, man, I'm sorry for your loss, man. It's a good friend and a mentor.
Pardon. That was disgusting.
Good Lord, Lynch.
I can't help it.
In a somber moment, Lynch knows how to burp.
Oh, it's my upbringing.
No shit.
No shit, Sherlock.
No shit. No shit.
Hey, man, look at it like this. We are 6.5, almost 7 minutes into this. We could get 2 lists out of the way if you wanted to, but we'd have to start now. Marsh came in with an idea. Let's do a top 10 list of this, that, and the other thing. So we tweaked it a bit. Everybody's bringing in their own top 10 list that we're all going to get to comment on. So I think it's only fair that Marsh decides the running order.
It does, but I have a question. Does anybody have a second device running with audio on it?
No,
Yeah, I don't think it's me. I turned my shit all the way down.
My phone is not on YouTube or Facebook.
All right.
Now my shit is broke.
I'm getting something that sounds like a repeat. That's all.
Yeah, I heard it too, but it seems like it's gone now.
1 2.
Nope.
1 2.
No.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little, which doesn't make sense because I only have one mic input.
Let me try this. Lynch is gay.
Ooh.
I didn't hear that repeated, so I think we're good.
No,
I'm just using a phone.
That'll repeat itself later.
Let me try this. Matt Marsh is gay, and General Hospital sucks.
Oh, you bastard.
Genital hospital.
It's Stefano.
It's Stefano.
If I'd have known the shitstorm I was going to cause by sharing that fucking thing just for Herm, and to have Marsh come in and throw his vagina on the table, go, oh, General Hospital,
for real,
so much better.
Like I ride a motorcycle. Marsh wears a scooter because he likes the wind in his vagina. Jesus.
I can see your hoo-ha.
Oh, he totally.
How dare you disparage the good goddamn name of Robert Scorpio
on that? And I was like,
it's like, you know, Herm used to go home and watch Julia Child at 6 years old. I'd go home and watch General Hospital since I was like 7.
Yeah, see, I didn't get into that shit until I was like 20. Like
that was the part. That was the part of the day where I knew.
Point.
I had to go outside when General Hospital played because I hated it. My grandmother watched it. My mother watched it. My mother is still obsessed with it.
See, I was at work and my mother was at work. Or I was at school. My mother was at work. Nobody was at home. Nobody watched it. Nobody cared.
But Herm will tell you this, that nothing I'm about to say is a lie. I started dating a girl, and we were on the night shift, and we'd get up, and she'd try to get me to watch Days of Our Lives, and then her shift switched, so we only got to see each other certain parts of the day, and she would say, okay, watch Days of Our Lives and tell me what happens. So for the first 6 weeks, it was like, okay, the dude with the lazy eye and the blonde chick from our house got into it with the Italian dude, and then this other dude came in 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks later.
When I got back to NASCAR, I was like, yo, the guy in the blue car with the red film, and then the guy with the red car with the blue film, and now all of a sudden I know names and shit.
Yeah.
So today Marlena and John got into some hairy ass shit.
And then Roman and Bo did this, but then this one's cheating on this one, and she goes, "Where did you come from?"
And then
I don't know.
Wait, and fucking Carly and
Carly. Yeah.
See, my grandmother watched General Hospital. My grandmother Lynch. I never paid attention to it, so I didn't. I just remember the whole Luke and Laura bullshit.
Yeah,
I started dating a girl in like 92, 93 that watched Days of Our Lives, and we worked the same schedule, but we'd always end up at her place, and she taped it. So I unfortunately got wrapped up in Days of Our Lives for a chunk of time.
Damn right.
See, it's funny that everybody. Go ahead.
It happened later because later, I don't know if Big Al is watching or not, but at the time, Big Al and I were dating two best friends. And I come home and the two of, and I had and I came home and Jen and Al are sitting there in the living room and they're watching Melrose Place.
Ooh.
No, but that's the kind of thing. Like she watches it, so it was in the room, and like you don't give a fuck, but it's like watching a telenovela. Like all of a sudden, 3 weeks in, you're all kinds of vested in the and all the characters because you've heard enough to care.
Yeah,
Sábado Gigante.
That's what I'm saying. All of a sudden,
yeah,
Sábado.
You don't have to. You just
that's what I'm saying.
The emotion.
I get sucked in. I'm watching this Spanish soap opera. The dude comes out. He's got this silk scarf on and a sombrero. And I'm like, 3 days later, I'm like, I don't know what the hell they're saying, but I can't stop watching this.
I got to send it. I got to send Marsh we lost Marsh. There he is. I got to send Marsh the clip.
But he definitely is in love with her.
Marsh, if you haven't seen the series that dropped about a year ago, Lopez versus Lopez on Peacock.
I have not.
My God,
it's pretty good.
My sister.
That's right. Oh, I have to send you this clip from the
George
last.
Lopez, is it?
Yes, George Lopez.
Yes,
love that guy.
Daughter Maya.
Well, maybe he's funny this time.
But yeah, this scene isn't even about him. It's about the grandmother, the daughter, and the kid, and it goes back to telenovela. I'm not going to spoil it. I'll send you the link.
It's great.
Yeah, check it out. I'll check it out.
The literal translation. You're just mad because I took a nap with your sister.
Telemundo.
Sábado Gigante. 6 Centro.
And that's Sábado Gigante, man. Those game shows, oh my God.
Yes. Oh my God. See? La Flaca. Remember, I used to watch that shit just to stare at the titties bobbling.
Oh, you can watch the Weather Channel over there and be like, oh.
It was always on and the volume was always down.
That's all you need. Kind of like watching a lot of these pop stars. I'll turn the volume down, but I'll watch you shake your thing for 3 minutes and 45 seconds. I ain't got no shame. Of course, I say that as I'm currently, I hope she's not watching, talking to a big booty Latina beauty and trying to make something good happen. So if you're out there, sorry.
Huh?
What's up, big booty Latina beauty?
Oh, Duke almost fell off his chair last night on his iRacing gimmick when I said I gotta duck out for 15 minutes. I gotta talk to my big booty Latina beauty, and I waited because TikTok read it out. Like, I have to go. I have to talk to my big booty Latina beauty, and Duke almost fell off his fucking chair.
That's
good for me. All right, March, we got top 10 lists.
Right on. Let's start.
Something's going on.
Let's start with Mr. Thor's Flesh Hammer.
Oh, dear Christ.
We'll move counterclockwise.
I'm not sure that's fit.
No, because it's all going to be like butt stuff.
Are we going? Do I just like read them one off at a time, or are we going the whole?
I don't know.
10?
I would say tell what your subject is. Read them 10 to 1.
All right. Thankfully, I wrote it down.
Thank God.
In the very few moments I had to myself at work today.
Behind the green door.
I'd like to talk right down to earth in a language here that everyone can easily understand.
All right. So something from my enjoyment. I did top 10 horror films.
Okay.
Personal favorites, not necessarily in any sort of order. All right, I'll run down.
Well, isn't
Number
that
10.
the whole purpose of a top 10?
Well, no, you can interchange them. I can put number 10 at number
Otherwise,
1.
it
They're
just
all
be
really
like
good.
And it's 10 horror films I like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
mine can't. I can't do that with mine.
I'll do 10 horror films I enjoy.
All right, here we go.
Number 10, Poltergeist. Directed by Toby Hooper, but probably really directed by Steven Spielberg. Yeah, there's that. Number 9, The Shining. Stanley Kubrick. A lot of people give that movie shit. I think it's a very well done movie, and everybody else can go suck my balls.
Can I say something?
Yeah, absolutely.
The Shining is criminally underrated. I mean, everybody knows the one scene or two scenes. Sorry, the little girls at the end of the hallway and coming through the door. That movie was so well put together.
So
that's all I've got to say. It's criminally underrated.
The biggest complaint it gets is that it goes away from the book, which thankfully it does, because that book was written in a spell in Stephen King's life when he was hardcore, full blown fucking cocaine addict and alcoholic.
That's the best time.
So he's writing about the demons he was dealing with.
It's like reading the Heroin Diaries.
I've got great stories.
Taking that and putting it on film. Why the fuck do we want to see this? Stanley Kubrick saw what Stephen King was trying to say in the like correlation, and did that. It's Stanley Kubrick, so I'll watch anything he ever made, and it's going to be great. So
except Eyes Wide Shut.
No, I think that is a fantastic fucking film. Outside the fact that it's got Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman in it, the story is the basic story is really, really good. Yeah, they're not my two favorite actors as the leads, but whatever. All right, number 9.
If Alien. Ever you wanted to hurt my feelings, that was it.
Number 9 is Alien. I know most people classify that as sci-fi. It's one of the best horror movies ever made. And everything other than Aliens, which was a totally different style of movie, it wasn't really a horror movie. It's an action film. Anything other than that in the entire saga is not great. I'll watch it if it's on. Number 8.
I have to disagree with that.
Okay, counterpoint. Go ahead.
I have to say that the Prometheus storyline is exceptional.
Okay, I like where they went with it. I didn't like how they executed it.
I liked our first
Prometheus. Prometheus is fantastic.
Right,
but I'm kind of separating that from the original Alien.
Right, and then you've got Requiem, and it gets a little hazy. But
the second Prometheus, the continuation of Prometheus, without bringing back Noomi Rapace, the doctor there.
God bless you.
It really kind of fucking ruined that movie. But
you
anyway,
guys know that the universe that Aliens and Prometheus happen in is the same universe that Dune happens in.
I did not know that.
The Weyland-Yutani.
I know they're tied into Predator, but I didn't know
literally
that.
it's all. Well, the Predator story was they purchased 2 storylines and then they could do whatever they want to with them.
Yeah,
right.
And it was more fan fiction than it was either storyline. But both of those, if you talk to him, both of those storylines are happening concurrently in separate parts of the same universe. That it's really fucked up.
I'm still working on Hula Hula Yutani. Slow down.
Weyland-Yutani.
God bless you.
That's the company. Those are the 2 companies that in the original Alien, the robot Ash was put on by the company to preserve the alien baby, because they went into the story knowing that one of them was going to get impregnated with an egg.
Yeah, but if they're born here in America, they're no longer an alien; they're a naturalized citizen.
We're not talking about that kind of alien dipshit.
Sorry, my bad.
But anyway,
yes, misses, no misses, and I was born in Chicago.
Number 8. a movie you've never heard of, and either of you, all three. That's a good one. The Beyond, 1982, Lucio Fulci. It is a typical Italian gore fest from start to finish. If you watch it today, people with a modern eye will tear it apart, but it's one of his best movies. It's one of the best written movies for an Italian horror film because they can be kind of hokey. But the special effects, and the just the visuals of it's a very beautifully shot movie. Another one, number 7, none of you have ever heard of is Dario Argento's The Bird with the Crystal Plumage. It is an Italian giallo story, which is like a murder mystery. A beautifully shot film. It actually builds tension. What are you doing?
Is
I'm
Tinto
answering
Brass
Herm.
directing any of these?
Huh?
Is Tinto Brass directing any of these?
No. No Tinto Brass.
Wow.
You smart asses.
He said it, not us. You act like he said it.
Like, you got anything good on that list? Like A Bad Day at Black Rock?
Caligula?
Like,
that's not a horror movie.
Shocker?
No,
Shocker.
that's not going to make the list.
Deep
Shocker
Star
was a horror movie that turned into a comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But number 7 is one you've all heard of. Is the Nightmare on Elm Street, the very first film. Wes Craven.
Yeah.
The best of the series. The second one, I pretend doesn't exist because it's so bad. 3 and 4 are pretty good.
The fourth one was terrible.
I liked 3. 4 was okay. It was not the greatest of. I mean, it's better than 2.
All right,
and then
I'm gonna let it go because
it didn't get good again until Wes Craven's New Nightmare.
I'm gonna let it go because you're the horror movie guy.
When they brought back the original cast and they were making fun of themselves.
Yes,
it was made before Scream, and that translates into Scream, where they're very well aware and acknowledge. They kind of like break the fourth wall, and they acknowledge the fact that it's stupid. And here's the horror movie rules.
Right.
But it was really well done.
I'm gonna let it go.
Number 6, we talked about this film a couple weeks ago. That movies that are so bad they're still good. I think Friday the 13th, the first one, is a very effective horror movie.
Okay,
it's very dated, very 80s. You see, and throughout the series, you see stars before they were stars because most of them they either did commercials or low budget horror movies like Kevin Bacon, Crispin Glover was in number 4. Or porn. Porn's always good. But yeah, I still think it's a good example of the genre at the time. I didn't really enjoy most of the series. I liked 4, which was the final chapter. I liked Freddy versus Jason.
Oh my god!
Because they finally did what they've been talking about for years. It wasn't the greatest, but it's more enjoyable than anything in between. And I don't even know if the franchise is going to go any further. I know the reboot was really good, I think, personally. And I think they're going to try to do a sequel to that, or I don't know. I keep reading things, and it's all kind of in limbo. But
what's your favorite scary movie? Showgirls.
Oh, that is a fucking horrible movie, dude.
Horrible. Striptease was pretty bad.
That was bad too.
Was absolutely awesome.
It was horrible.
Ensemble. It was supposed to be. It was supposed to be. The whole movie was supposed to be farcy, and it was.
All right, if we're going counterclockwise, I'm never getting to my list if he doesn't finish.
All right, so number 5 is Hellraiser, the first film.
I've never seen those.
Watch the first one.
I'm not crazy about.
It's clunky. It's hokey. It's typical, 80s fare, but it's pretty effective. It does its job as being a little bit scary. All right, that one I already said. Blah, 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 blah. I'm changing my list up a little bit here.
Bob Backlund.
A Quiet Place.
Oh, newer stuff.
Not marketed as a horror movie, but it's a fucking horror movie.
Oh, it is.
And I will say that the sequel was actually pretty damn good.
Did you see the trailers for the prequel?
Yes, with what's her name, the black girl there from Star Wars. I can't remember her name, but she was in 12 Years a Slave.
There's a black girl in Star Wars?
Yeah, well, she does the voice of one of the characters.
It is actually categorized as horror. It's horror / sci-fi. It's completely horror. Totally.
Really?
Horror. Yep.
Really? Okay, that is very interesting.
Bob Backlund.
No, not Bob Backlund. This one is. I really liked Insidious. Another newer one. Better than most of that kind of ilk. Found footage, which I usually don't like. It took me years to see this film. The first Paranormal Activity.
Okay.
If they had just stopped it at that, it would have been one hell of a movie. And then every subsequent sequel just kind of ruins it.
Can I ask you a
question? Go ahead, time out.
Those movies like that, like Paranormal Activity, the quote unquote found footage bullshit. I got to ask you about the Blackwell Ghost, because I love that. It's presented like a documentary, but I think it's all bullshit. What say you?
It's bullshit.
Okay, thank you.
It's bullshit.
That's why I haven't watched the other 4.
Don't bother.
Yeah, no, it's a horror film presented like it's a documentary.
Like,
but it's listed on Amazon as a documentary.
Exactly. They can call whatever the fuck they want.
Thank you. I needed your opinion on it. Thank you.
I call bullshit because I've seen that. It's pretty convincingly done like a documentary. I will give it that, because you do question yourself the entire time.
The rubber ball will fuck your world up.
Yeah, is this real? And then you're like, the more you think about it, you're like, I don't fucking know, man. It's pretty convincing.
The rubber ball fucked my world up. That's all I'm gonna say.
Next on the list, we're going way back again. 1976, The Omen.
Fantastic.
It was directed by Richard Donner. Just before he started Superman.
Donner. Wow.
Just before he filmed Superman. Completely different class of movie, but it's pretty goddamn good. Another recent one, and it's a hard watch, but Midsummer.
I've heard of that.
Fucking, it's uncomfortable to watch, and it does its job very, very fucking well.
Okay.
Unless you're a really big horror movie fan, I may give you a recommendation, but I'm warning you, if you do go to watch it, it's really fucking hard to watch.
I'm in.
Yeah. That one I already said. I don't want to put that one on the list. Another old one. We're at number 3. Suspiria, Dario Argento, 1977. It's they remade it a couple of years ago with Dakota Johnson.
I like his cheese.
What? Oh,
Sargento.
Argento.
I like that Argento cheese. I like it.
Okay. They remade it a couple of years ago with Dakota Johnson in the lead. It's done well. I don't like her, but I gave it a pass because I had to watch it. It's good. It's it's part of a 4-film series that he's made over 40 years called the Witches series. The 4 Mothers. All about witches. It's pretty cool. Another movie people do not consider horror. Deliverance, 1972, Burt Reynolds, Ned Beatty.
Oh, hell no. That's a horror movie from the word go.
Yeah.
That's
a horror flick.
Again, it was never marketed that way. It was just kind of
don't
marketed.
Happen.
Anytime I get buck fucked by rednecks, that's a horror movie.
Yeah, marketed as an action movie, and you never see it in the horror. You never see it in the horror section in stores or when you used.
I heard when I worked at Blockbuster, it was in drama. It was in drama.
Adventure thriller is how
it's always classified as a thriller action adventure movie.
I thought it was a romantic love story.
Well, it was
of course
for that.
You would.
It was for that one, but the one butt fucker.
The girls you like also consider it an action thriller.
Yeah, and this is my number 1, and it would be my number 1. of all time is The Thing, 1982, John Carpenter.
Nice. I'm gonna keep up with what you guys are saying for a minute. I got to run upstairs real quick. Keep going. Do what you're doing, and make sure the people love it.
I liked that version of The Thing.
I liked the original from 1952. It was pretty. Yeah. It was a good, more of a sci-fi.
I liked the new one.
The newer one. Yeah. I wish they hadn't gone CGI with the effects though, because they shot that all practical, and then the studio said, "Nah, we're going to get rid of the practical effects and put CGI in there." And I saw the practical mock-ups and behind the scenes shit. It was fucking phenomenal. It looked like the original movie. And then they had to ruin it with a fucking CGI.
Now that had kind of a weird ending, didn't it? Like you didn't know what the hell was actually going on.
The first one, yes. You didn't know the original thing. You didn't 80s? Know. Yeah, 82. Yeah, Kurt Russell, and I can't remember his name.
There was only two of them left. They were pretty sure they'd gotten rid of it, but they both had a weapon and were ready to kill anybody
or each other if they had to. Yeah, because right. They didn't know if they didn't trust each other because they didn't know if the other one was the thing.
Right, but they figured they sit there and it's kind of open ended.
Yeah, let nature
very open ended.
Either let nature take its course and they freeze to death, or one becomes the thing and consumes the other. But yeah, that's my top 10 horror movie list currently. It changes. I see new stuff or revisit old stuff. I'll slide it back into the top 10.
All right.
Respect, yo. I bet your Burns had to go take a fat dump.
Oh my goodness. All right, so who else's list we got? Marsh's list.
Burns, are you pooping?
We got yours. We got
Peppy Pepperoni up there.
Next, no matter.
What's your top?
My topic was my top favorite cheesy movies from the 80s with a couple of honorable mentions from the 90s.
Oh, man.
Here we go. This is a good one.
There's some John Cusack movies in this.
No. Let's see. And it's not in any specific order. Oh, he's back.
All right, let's let him know what the list is.
It's my favorite cheesy movies from the 80s that I can rewatch over and over again.
All right. I like it.
All right. We're going to start off with a classic, the 1980s classic of Megaforce, starring Barry Bostwick, Michael Beck, Persis Gambata.
Not bad at all.
That's
his favorite.
Motorcycles.
She was so fucking pretty.
Even in the 80s.
Who was the chick?
Persis
Gambata. She was the bald chick from the Star Trek The Motion Picture.
Yeah,
yes,
she was a beautiful woman.
She died really young.
Yeah, she had cancer.
Yeah.
I didn't do it.
Neither did I.
Unless your name's Cancer. No, you didn't.
Yep, and then you had Edward Muhlhar from Knight Rider there playing the general.
Yep.
The next one I have is a little classic, Remo Williams,
starring
Fred Ward and Joel Grey. The Adventure Begins.
I love that fucking movie.
It had a tasty little TV pilot that went for 1 half-hour episode. That's available on YouTube.
It did?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
it certainly did.
Pilot, and it never aired anything ever again.
It starred Jeffrey Meek, and I believe it was Malcolm McDowell played Chun.
Wow.
The next one I have is this is a classic, Animal House. Love Animal House.
Nice.
Yep. Highlander.
The original. The original Highlander.
The original. I didn't hate the third one, but everything after that, it just wasn't set up well for sequels. I mean, nowadays
there can only be 1 or 6, depending on how we write the story.
Exactly.
Well, I'm really trepidatious about this remake that they're doing with Henry Cavill. I'm like, oh, please don't. So,
I don't mind him, but he's kind of pigeonholed because of The Witcher, and B, Superman.
I don't dislike him. I just don't want him in that role. I mean, part of the reason that the first one was cool, I think, is because you had Lambert wasn't like unknown. He'd done Greystoke and like a couple other things, but that was about it.
I forgot about Greystoke. Wow. My problem, what was it you just mentioned? Christ. That I had a problem with, but You just mentioned it.
Cavill or Highlander?
I'm not sure. No. There was something that where adaptations and things of that ilk, and
Oh yeah.
they always fail. Oh, okay. So you said something about Christopher Lambert, and
Yeah.
you weren't sold on him in the role. I felt the same way about Christian Bale as Batman, and then he nailed it. He
He
killed it.
did. He absolutely did. I mean, and then, like I said, I'm trying to be open minded. I just, in this kind of thing, I would just would have preferred they went with a relative unknown. But, I mean, we'll see what they do.
Like the schmuck who did the TV series.
I like the TV series a lot. I met him. Actually, I'll post those photos later. But
Adrian, what's his nuts?
Adrian Paul, yeah.
Thank
The
you.
TV series was I mean, as far as extending the story out, and they did a nice job. That was a dual Canadian French production. Half the season was filmed in Vancouver, the other half was filmed in Paris, and it was kind of cool. But it's not for
Who was the
everybody.
wrestling tag team in the first scene of Highlander?
It was the Fabulous Freebirds.
Yes, sir.
I don't remember their names, but you do.
I don't remember. All I know what the names of the Freebirds.
Yeah.
Michael P.S. Hayes, Buddy Jack
And-
Roberts, and Terry Bam Bam Gordy.
Yep.
Bazinga, bitches.
Yep.
Wow.
Hall of Famers.
Oh, Roddy Piper was in the TV series.
Oh, yeah. A couple of them.
Yep. Next one we got is Flash Gordon.
Nice.
Love that movie.
Sam
Yep.
Jones. Sam
I
Jones is here.
I'm sick of that. Yeah, he got fired off of that. I mean, that was supposed to be a trilogy.
Yeah.
Really?
There's a whole documentary on Tubi about him, about how he came out of nowhere. I mean, prior to that, he'd done like a spread in, I think, Playgirl or something. And he got into it with Dino De Laurentiis, and he was
Big
fired
surprise.
before the movie was even finished.
Johnny,
Well,
you have to come over. Sam Jones is here, and his hair is parted in the middle.
And it's dyed blonde.
Johnny, this is everything we live for.
Everything we live for. You need to get over here right now.
Our entire childhood.
Then I
The
got
whole plan rests on this.
I got the 1989 Michael Keaton Batman. That just that
Nice.
never gets old.
That is a fantastic film forward to back.
I love it. I just that's to me that's Batman. Weird Science. I dug that. I must have watched that freaking every week as a kid.
Ooh.
Kelly LeBrock.
Oh my god.
I was going to say that, yeah.
She was in my permanent spank bank.
Oh yeah.
There's a surprise.
Yep. Super Fuzz. We talked about that a few weeks ago.
Yes, I
Yep.
just watched that. Not too long ago.
What?
I can still hear the song
Super
in my
Fuzz?
head.
Yes.
If you
Super
go
Fuzz.
to Amazon and look for it, it's called Super Trooper.
Super Snoop. Yeah, Super Trooper.
Super Snooper, Super Trooper. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter. It's the shittiest film ever, but it's so much
It's
fun.
I like watch it
This-
every couple of years. I'm just like, I can't
Dude.
stop.
I got to ask you a question. When you watch it, that song is stuck in your head for like 2 weeks.
I start playing it on YouTube while I'm driving the car.
My man.
I think Ernest Borgnine lost a bet, and that's why he was in the movie.
Ernest Borgnine. It could be.
I mean, come on.
Your mouth when you refer.
I
the
know.
good-
I love Ernest Borgnine. I think he was a
Borgnine had some
fantastic-
really classy stuff like Marty and things like that.
Marty
I
was a
mean,
fantastic fucking movie.
he,
I love Ernest Borgnine.
he's solid
Well-
as far as an actor went.
Why was he
Is-
slumming in that fucking movie?
Because he owed somebody a favor, and then he did basketball later on.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
either
you
either
he-
suck my dick.
Borgnine was in basketball?
Yeah, he was.
I did not know. Oh, I
he
gotta
went from
rewatch
he
that.
went from like
he was Ted
so-
Denslow. He was the guy that owned the basketball league. And
You
then he
went from
choked
like
on a hot
Airwolf
dog.
to basketball?
Yeah,
You got to go somewhere, bro.
you either suck my dick, or make this movie. Oh, I'm in it for the paycheck.
Guess I'm gonna make this fucking movie, right?
That's the rules of the road.
Bro,
Oh, God.
Yeah, well, there's a line here, and on this side, we ain't gay.
gay.
We ain't gay.
Continue with your list, sir.
Continue. Following that, we have The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai Across the Eighth
Oh,
Dimension.
That's pretty good shit.
That movie
John
is freaking so
Lithgow.
horrible. It's just like, wow.
Oh,
Mr.
Yeah.
Big Booty.
Yep.
Booty.
Buckaroo Banzai.
I can't
This-
even begin to tell you how much I hate that movie. but it's
That
fun.
movie.
It's fun.
Peter Weller.
Peter Weller, yeah, it's pre-RoboCop.
They're
Yeah,
working on
that
it.
was
They're
great
working on
shit.
another one.
Oh,
I mean,
dear.
and the people in that, yeah, it's like Jeff Goldblum. I mean, shit. Let's see. We also got. Oh, this is you guys may not. Biggles Adventures in Time. This one was early '80s. It had shit. Now I'm having a freaking moment. Who the hell played Grand Moff Tarkin in Star Wars?
Peter Cushing.
Peter
Bob
Cushing,
Backlund.
yeah. Had Peter Cushing. It was about a guy who freaking a guy from the '80s and a World War II or World War One biplane pilot that would switch back and forth through time and replace each other. It was, like I said, it was cheesy, but it was '80s fun.
What was it called?
Biggles Adventures in Time.
Oh,
He's
see,
looking it up.
I am.
It had some
I
really
like-
bitchin'
I like
80s.
I like Somewhere in Time with Christopher Reeves.
That's a
Christopher
great
I
Reeve
like-
and
I
James
like-
Seymour. Yep.
Yep.
I like Somewhere in Time by Iron Maiden.
Also, there's the movie. It's Time Bandits.
Time
Yes.
Bandits with the
Oh,
midgets.
Yes,
Yes.
Love
Yes.
that
Sean
shit.
Connery was in that.
Yes,
I know.
So this is what an invisible wall looks like.
Right.
Yep. So I got that. I got DC Cab.
DC.
All right.
DC.
The Cannonball Run. That thing just, I can watch that freaking repeatedly.
There you go.
It only hurts when I point.
Yep. And then this one was so bad. I saw this like 2-3 times in the theaters. Stone Cold with Brian Bosworth.
Oh, dear Christ.
Oh dear Jesus! I remember watching a good movie and seeing that as a trailer, and never, ever. I don't think I've ever seen that movie. Like
You are a lucky human being.
I had the poster on
don't think
my
I've ever
wall.
chosen to watch that. It may have been on in a house I was in, but I don't know as if I was watching it.
No,
I can't actually
that's-
even remember the. I remember the trailer with him coming out of the
Yeah.
water, and that's it. That's all I remember.
All I'm going to say is up through and including Stone Cold, this was a solid list.
Yeah, to top out my list of one that I watch every year, whether I need to or not, is Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man.
Oh God!
Mickey Rourke before surgery and drugs.
Oh my
Oh,
God, totally
God.
different. Look. Yeah,
Don
Yeah.
fucking
John Johnson should have got an Oscar for that.
Sit,
I don't know about that.
Lynch, please lay into this
Yeah.
fucking guy like Rocky into a side of beef, please.
Listen. For what it is, I will admit when it's on, if I happen to catch it, I'll finish it, only because I enjoy how bad it is. Not for the fact that it's a good movie.
Yeah, like I think if it's on, I'm gonna have to talk shit on it the whole way through.
I
Like,
remember
I'm gonna
years-
ridicule it for an hour and a half. Are you
Listen.
fucking serious? That's how they chose to shoot that?
Herm,
Big
I got
John
a
Studd
few-
was
I
in
got
that.
Herm, I got 7 words for you.
What?
Kiss meets the Phantom of the Park.
Yeah, for real. For
when
real.
Megan, when
How many
Megan and I
chicks go? For real.
when Megan and I first got together and we got cable, Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man was on HBO, and I stopped and I finished watching it.
That's
She's
when
like,
she knew you were the one.
She's like, "What the fuck are you watching? Why? This is horrible." I'm like, "You gotta watch it, babe.
That is the best question
gotta-
she's ever asked.
You gotta watch it." Oh, she questions my choices in movies. I have
She's questioning her
I have-
choices in you. I mean,
I
let's
have
be
3
honest.
jelly cabinets, 3 6-foot tall jelly cabinets full of horror movies. Just
I
horror
know. I've
movies.
seen it.
Yeah,
Just
we've
horror
seen it.
movies. And
We've
she married me.
Oh my God, I feel
Just
so
saying.
bad for that woman.
Just saying.
Megan, if you're out there, there's still time. You can run. Yeah, Anna, give me half his shit.
But you
Saint-
can't hide.
Saint
That's
Hood.
right. All right, who's next?
Well, you were Herm. We switched the order, so you.
All right, so me. So, all right, everybody knows music is my first love. I'm gonna make this quick so we, because Herm can't shut up. So
He
I
did
got my
top
top-
10 K-pop songs.
close.
Ooh.
I have 2 lists, but I'm gonna go because I am an American. I'm going with my top 10
Show tunes.
favorite
Oh.
American rock bands. And I drew a line in the sand. And the line in the sand is not soft rock. The Carpenters aren't on here. Or
Oh.
the, whatever. Shut up. Just shut up. If you're
Well, don't
if you're
worry about
popping for the,
contemporary, I'm just
You better show
Thank
Karen
you.
Carpenter some love.
for real.
I would if she were alive. Anyway,
Hey.
still love Karen Carpenter, hell of a voice. But these are bands that were born and bred in America. The members don't necessarily have to be born here, but they started in a major American city. So here we go.
A hell of a stipulation to try and make a list with.
Oh, I tried.
They have to be Native Americans. Oh my!
No,
God.
they have to be. They have to have been born in America. I'm like, well, fuck. That takes about 90% of my list away.
Everybody.
All right, so I'll catch shit for number 10 because somebody would be like, why ain't it higher? Why ain't it higher? Metallica's my number 10.
Okay.
Solid band. Always been a favorite, but I don't see them going any higher than this on my list. Number 9, here we go. Lynch is going to jump out of his chair. Creedence Clearwater Revival. Love me some CCR, baby.
Yes.
Anytime you hear CCR on the radio, you turn it up a little bit, you drop the window, you start singing Bad Moon Rising.
Racist. It's good.
Hey, however you identify is how you identify. But you all sing the same line that I've sang for 50 years. I don't care if I know the right words. There's a bathroom on the right. Bad Moon Rising. There's a bathroom on the right.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I just can't see
now.
it.
Can you hear me now?
Fuck buckets is going on?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I'll go with number 8.
Go ahead, please.
Keep
going. I'll fix it.
Smooth.
All right. I'll go with number 8. Not the most well-known band, but Lynch will know it. Number 8, Black Label Society. Zach Wilde.
Oh, yeah, like that shit.
Baby.
Fucking amazing. There's
Never heard of it.
Zach. I'll send you a song. You'll have a good time.
Right on.
Even if we get to the end and we rapid fire our second list and everybody shuts up, Herm. Yeah, we'll just rock it out. Number 7, Motley Crue.
Motley Crue?
Motley who? Motley Crue, just a typical LA sleazy gimmick. I don't want to say gimmick band, but they were the typical sleazy LA band of the time.
Right.
They were a glam band.
Number 6, from the great state of Delaware, I have George Thorogood and the Destroyers. Love me some George Thorogood.
Not the most technically advanced music.
Doesn't matter.
But good shit.
It's a nerve. I dare someone to name me a bad George Thorogood and the Destroyers song.
There isn't.
Exactly. Number 5, another name you might not know, but
you stop the radio anytime song.
If they're on the radio, I just know that these are my friends, and I've been fans of theirs since 2009. They're my friends to this day. Shaman's Harvest, another great fucking band. Who did you say you'd never heard? Black Label.
Black Label Society, I think you said they were.
And I'm gonna send you videos from Black Label and Shaman's Harvest, so you can get a piece of this. I think you'll like it. Number 4. Can't go wrong with the Cowboys from Hell, Pantera.
Wow.
Dimebag Darrell, to this day, is still my favorite guitarist of all time. God rest his soul. And when you're having a bad day, nothing breaks you out of it like a little Pantera. Number 3, from New York, Anthrax. Love Anthrax. I don't know that there's a bad Anthrax song. It always cheers me up. Yeah, see? And if you don't like Anthrax, and people say to me all the time, I don't like Anthrax, let me send you a song. And I send Bring the Noise. And they're like, oh, shit, I didn't know that was Anthrax. You're damn right. Anthrax and Public Enemy. Now go listen to the catalog. And they fall in love. Number 2, can't go wrong. I don't care if it's Dave. I don't care if it's Sammy. I might have a problem with Gary Cherone, but it's Van Halen. Van Halen just encompasses everything that is good and awesome and pure about music. Just 3 guys, the musician part, Eddie, Alex, and Mike, who just love what they do, or in Eddie's case, God rest his soul, loved what he did, and so good. And number 1, to nobody's surprise, who wants to say it?
Motorhead.
They're English.
Two Jews and backup guys.
Correct. 2 Jews and backup guys. It's Kiss.
No Nelson?
They barely squeaked off an honorable mention because I've met Gunnar and Matt, and they're fucking super talented, but no, they're not on the list.
They get no credit because their dad died in a crash. Fuck off.
I just watched a documentary about that plane crash like 2 weeks ago. It's fucking horrific what happened.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty.
Absolutely fucking horrific. Oh no, not even that. It's like you're on the plane, people are getting cold, we turn on the heater, the engine's light on fire, boom, we're dead.
Yeah. Yeah, like what the fuck? Terrible. I just want to warm up, not that way.
It just wanted a little heat.
All right, Lynch, because you mentioned that funny story. We are in Florida, December of '85, and it's a family trip to Disney, yada, yada, yada. And Ricky Nelson is playing at this club in Orlando. And my mom's like, gee, I'd love to go. And whatever, da-da-da-da-da. And my dad says, no, don't worry about it. I read in the paper that he'll be at the Webster Theater in Hartford in 2 weeks. Okay, I'll pass, whatever. I was totally willing to watch my little brother, to stay in the hotel room, maybe rent a naked movie or two. And then we fly back, and 2 days after we land in Connecticut, it's all over the papers. I was delivering papers at the time, and it's front page news. Ricky Nelson dies in plane crash.
It was your fault.
She was that fucking close to seeing Ricky Nelson, and she loved Ricky Nelson. She still does. I like Ricky Nelson's music, but yeah, those are some of those stories like the station having had an opportunity to go that night and didn't go. Just
Same
crazy.
thing.
Oh, you were supposed to be there?
I don't want to say supposed to be there, but I had a friend invite me. Neither of us went.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I had the opportunity to go, and I was like, "Nah, I got something else going on."
It's a Thursday night, I got work in the morning. Come on,
I had to work the next day, and I was working grave shift at the time, so no.
Yeah, but that's my top 10 American rock bands, and now we throw it to Herm with his list of top 10 things you can put pepperoni on.
That's right. We have the for me, it's the top 10 things I miss from home.
Ooh!
All right. So the number 10, and these are in order of importance.
Okay.
Rain.
Yeah, you picked the wrong year to leave. Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
It's either 120 degrees out, or it's 6 foot of snow in Colorado.
No, it was only like 8-9 inches. It's up north that gets it. Down here, we didn't get a whole hell of a lot. That's
what she said.
Up north that got between 45 and 50 inches of snow in a day and a half.
Wow.
Hey, Herm, not to stop your rock, but if I could have to tell the Speedway of you guys one more time that we record on a Wednesday night and they keep sending Facebook messages, I'm going to punch everybody not named Chris or Herm.
Oh, that's all right, because I'm in and out of that group while we're doing the show. I'm sorry.
Got you.
Let's see. Number 9, trees.
Breeze?
Trees.
Oh, trees. Okay.
Trees. Like there's not a lot of them, and you don't see them, and there isn't a lot of them for shade here. It's just it's semi-arid, so it's almost desert. So there's not a lot of trees, and as far as the rain is concerned, you have to buy water, like for your fucking lawn here.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
It's expensive.
Because there's not a different meter for the irrigation system. So every gallon of water I use, I get charged the sewer fee for. Even though it's going into the lawn, I don't have a second meter. So I get charged for 20,000 gallons of sewage as well as 20,000 gallons of water.
Ew.
Now I gotta ask you something about that. Are you maintaining that because you genuinely love grass, or is this kind of just a homage to your father?
It's both. I like grass. I'm not big on plants. I like grass. I
I
have
get you.
dogs. I want to be able to walk across grass.
Yep.
Yeah, I like the grass. It looks good, but it expensive.
Yeah, I know.
Tell me about it.
What else do we got? Let's see. All right, number 8 is Joe Marzilli's up in Rhode Island. It's a restaurant. It's my favorite restaurant in the whole world.
Italian?
Rock and roll, bro.
Yeah, it is.
With a name like Joe Marzilli? No, it's Indian.
Joe Marzilli's old canteen. It's up on Federal Hill.
And it's a fantastic
I've
restaurant.
never been to Federal Hill to eat, and I've heard.
Oh yeah,
dude.
That's my spot, bro. That whole street is just delicious.
That's what I hear.
But yeah, it's my favorite place on the planet, and I miss the food. It's the one place I can go and not pick anything apart.
Be disappointed.
Like it meets my standards completely.
Oh, look at this in the comment section.
Yeah,
We got David Duke.
I think he meant Motley, but we know what he's talking about.
Hey, he missed the Motley Crue reference during my top 10 list.
That's right.
Big Duke, David Duke. By the way, every time I've watched him in the last 3 days, he's won an iRace. So good job by Duke.
Very nice.
And
right,
of course, Lynch is yawning. Get your list out of the way, bro.
No, I'm just tired. And I'm high, so.
Number
Well,
7.
there's a surprise.
I miss quinoa.
Quinoa.
Quinoa,
baby.
The grainy, nasty food?
No, that's quinoa. I miss King, King, Wah, W-A-H.
Okay, I don't know what that is.
It's a Chinese.
Eating Chinese food at for we ate there for almost 35 fucking years.
Oh my god.
We watched
you can get 2 Coca-Colas in a can.
We watched the high school girls that were the children grow into grown-ass middle-aged women.
Still working there.
Still working there. And like like I've known them since they were kids. Chris does too, my face.
Is the food actually good, or is it just nostalgic?
Oh my god, it's phenomenal.
It's the best. It's the best fucking Chinese food around. I swear to fucking.
Where
God.
is it?
It's in Norwich, next to
the vape shop downtown between the vape shop and somebody's laundromat in whatever it is there. What's the plaza?
West side of Norwich, across from Vox West Side. Firestone is there. The old Hostess factory was there.
The old Hostess outlet. It's next to Dairy Queen in Norwich, and the
There you
Dairy
go.
Queen in Norwich, not the one in Taffville.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
it's oh god, the food is
It's on Route 82.
And it's called quinoa.
Quinoa. K-I-N-G-W-A-H. Quinoa.
They
I do have to agree.
They don't do any of that shit. They just do takeout. You can't.
And they still
have tables in there, and you could go in and sit and eat and grab and eat your food right there.
But I was going to say they still have the best prices in town.
Yeah, their prices are excellent. The food quality is excellent. It's amazing Chinese food.
Amazing.
It's
That's
amazing.
awesome.
It's amazing because they make so much and sell so much because it's fucking good. It is one of the best in Eastern Connecticut, Southeastern Connecticut.
Yeah, and like it's literally like it's there's somebody's uncle smoking a cigarette back there. Fucking it doesn't matter. Yeah, they're just cooking. The food is phenomenal.
I would like one of everything on the menu. 10 minutes.
About 5-10 minutes.
5-10 minutes. Number 6, all of the channels that were in my neighborhood.
Yeah, I'll buy it.
Like from when you were a kid?
No. Chris and I refer to channels as like there's a lot of shit going on. Like there's something going on, like you watching the neighbors have a fight or all of that shit. The neighborhood I lived in, there was always some fucking drama going on around the street.
It's free entertainment.
Yes, and if you don't like it, you just turn this way.
This way.
Where did you live?
Wilmot Avenue in Norwich. It's just
Norwich.
We could sit on the porch drinking a beer at any particular point in time,
and there could be a gunfight. Somebody could
Right?
be mad about getting pregnant. Somebody could be having a heart attack with an ambulance.
Was this the Greenville section in Norwich?
No, West Side.
West Side, motherfucker.
Okay.
Represent.
All we know is that there was one day Herm and I were sitting out there. There was a fist fight up here. There was like a domestic going on here, and over here was like two neighbors fighting.
It's low key enough that like the cops don't usually really show up, but there's a lot of channels going on. And
we're like, Herm, what channel you want to
here.
watch? Let's watch a domestic. All right,
and we turn. All right, let's go.
We just move our chairs.
We just spin.
On the next episode of Norwich Cops.
Yeah, it was great. It's really fucking quiet and low key here.
Fucking Christ.
I miss being able to sit on my porch and watch the fucking neighbors go nuts. I miss it.
Oh my God.
I can understand that.
Let's see. Number 5, roasters.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I miss
I'm
roasters.
drinking Diet Coke now, but yeah.
I miss roasters.
They were
Amen. I miss the next day when I'm too comatose with the food baby in my stomach going, I don't have to do shit today because I'm full of barbecued goodness and cowboy beans and burnt ends and all that bullshit.
The first time Megan had Herm's burnt ends, she's like, where the fuck are you? Why you been hiding this shit from me? She's like, he's a good cook. You can pass that along.
Yeah, right?
All right, let's see. Tell her I said thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's see. Number 4. I miss all of my friends, all of them, every single one of you. I miss being able to give a handshake and a hug when we meet. Being able to have FaceTime, actual face-to-face, not screen-to-screen. I miss everybody. You know what I mean?
I got 2 words for you, Herm. Veal tense.
That's right.
To explain that to the two at the bottom of the screen, when Herm and I lost a very important person in our lives, oh my God, it was 3 years ago, right when we first started the podcast, and it was the night we were doing the show. So I called Herm. I ducked out of work. I tried to go to work. I got the call at 7:15. I was in at 7:30. I was like, I can't be here. I'm out. I went home for a little while, and then I called Herm. I'm like, I got a 12-pack, and we got some reminiscing to do. All right, cool.
That was
Mr. Mort Krieger.
Yeah, Mort. Okay.
Yep.
Mort.
So we're driving around. We're just going down any road you want, and there's this one particular road in Franklin.
In the middle of fucking nowhere, out in the middle of Franklin or somewhere like that.
Where there's the little cows in these little tents. And I'm like, Herm, wouldn't that be a great dish at your restaurant?
He's
veal
like, well,
tents.
he's like, what is that? I'm like, it's veal.
I'm like, yeah,
just
veal
like,
tents.
They're just veal tents. Like that's where the veal live. I'm like, tents.
I know exactly where you guys are driving.
On God, I can't remember what's the name of the road. Plain Hill? Yeah. Plain Hill Road.
Plain Hill Road. That's not too far from where Vicky lives.
Like wood. Those are some beautiful. It's beautiful veal. Like I'm all about veal, and I don't give a fuck what the ASPCA says. I'm down with dead before it's a year old veal.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Megan tries to guilt me every time I order veal parmesan.
I don't give a fuck. I'm a chef, dude. Dude, do you guys know how I cook a lobster when I boil it?
Live.
I hope PETA watches this. Bitch, come the fuck at me. Do you know how I cook a lobster? The pot rolls and boils, okay? I grab the lobster by its body and its tail, and I go,
oh, dear Christ.
And then I knock the 2 claws off it and throw the whole pile in the pot.
Yep.
It all cooks in about 4.5, 5 minutes at the most. Much faster than a whole fucking lobster, and it's ready for service and ready to cut and break down. But
for a minute.
Yeah, write it down. I don't give a fuck.
Never eat lobster at Herm's house ever again.
I ripped them apart alive, and I really don't care about it. And it has disgusted people for 35 years.
Oh
for
my
30
God.
years that I've done it professionally. Like they'll be like, I don't give a fuck about putting a knife through their brain. I just draw and quarter their fucking ass and put them in a pot.
My mom used to just throw them in, like there they are, like you're doing this gimmick and whatever, and you hear the screams from the other room.
It's not screams. It's steam. It's air.
I know, but when you're fucking 7, you think you're drawing the life out of this bitch.
I kind of draw and quarter them, and
that's how my grandfather used to make them.
Oh my Christ!
He would snap them in half, take the claws out, because
I like
made
it more that it fucking really bothers people to watch it happen, like vomiting.
Something tells me that you guys have some deep-seated shit going on that you might need some therapy. I'm just throwing it out there.
Well, here's the thing:
but ripping the lobsters apart is therapy.
When my grandfather,
you know how people used to pull the wings off of flies and then watch them scurry around. I used to do that, but with puppies.
Glue them back on.
Nice.
Where's everybody? There
Continue. What did Lynch say?
My grandfather, when he did his lobster boil every summer, it was the entire family, which at the time was a lot, and the entire neighborhood. So he had a lot of lobsters to cook. And somebody told him one time, well, don't cook them whole. Pull them apart. It'll cook like that, and you'll be cranking out lobsters all day long. That's how I learned it.
Nobody wants the bodies. Just throw the claws and the tails in a pot, cook them, throw them. Done.
Yeah. All right, fair.
Save the bodies, and you can make lobsters. You throw the bodies in, it's because you make a lobster stock.
Who lives here? You owe me lobster money.
That's right.
All right, on with the list.
Yeah, please.
Let's see. Where were we?
Where were we? The roaster was your gimmick.
Yes. All my friends. Number 3 is pizza.
I knew it was going to be on it. I figured it was going to be high on the list.
You were talking about that. You were talking about that.
I'm
going to
get specific here. We're not talking about everybody's pizza. No, I miss brick and basil.
Yes.
All right.
So good.
And because they did a really nice Neapolitan pie.
Where's that at?
Over in Salem, across from Dixie Donuts. They're also the they were buying whatever it was, the old
Yantic River Inn. They're remodeling it to make it an actual restaurant right now. It's right down the hill from my house.
Right, doing the stone oven wood-fired pizza in the restaurant.
Yeah, it's right on the Yantic River.
And then
Jax can suck it.
And then it's specific pizza places, because nobody here knows what the fuck a Greek style pie is.
Nope, they don't.
And people up here bitch about Greek pies. I don't know why.
I love that Greek pie. It's my favorite. Look,
that's what I grew up with.
Golden
Spiro's Great Oak, baby.
Spiro's, all right. Bert's. Bert makes an amazing.
Yes, he does.
Bert Sorrell. He's running New York Pizza now. He does an amazing Greek style pie. His dough is phenomenal. Asylum Street Pizza.
Yeah,
I grew up on that pizza.
Fucking week. Great Oak down the street in Norwich was good. Across from the Nissan dealership.
Yep,
was good.
But they were still all right. I mean, it's a Greek pie, bro. It's pizza's like sex. Even when it's not that not great, it's not bad.
All right, I'm going to stop you, because when you say that, I think of people who like Domino's and Little Caesars and chain bullshit.
They have that place. Like, look, that's what I eat here, because I can't find a decent.
I got that, but I would take Sunset Pizza over Domino's 5 days a week, 6 days a week, 7 days a week, twice on Sundays.
Which one's Sunset?
It's not there anymore. It's on Laurel Hill.
Yeah, on Laurel Hill.
Oh yeah.
Now it's like a Mexican joint.
My favorite pizza place on the fucking planet is Golden.
Yes, in the David's Plaza.
Yes, and Phil. Well,
I remember that.
We used to eat there when his dad ran the joint, and now the kids do, but it's still Phil. Phil's the old man that was Phil's dad when we were eating there as kids.
I'm trying.
Gotcha.
I'm still trying to think of where
His
that is.
boys are running that shit. But
David's
You know what
Cafe's in
David's?
Preston.
You know where David's Cafe
Oh
is?
yeah,
It's on
yeah,
Route
yeah.
12.
Yeah,
There you
Polish pizza right
that was
there.
good
next
pizza.
to it's great pizza. Their house special. I would buy a plane ticket right fucking now for one of their house specials.
Now, are they still
Look
open?
at.
Yeah,
Oh
Yeah, they're
yeah.
open.
yeah. The
Our fri-
kids are running it. The sons are
All right.
running it.
And
Yeah,
the
friend of mine-
recipe is still the same. It
same.
tastes
Alright.
just the
everything
same.
is exactly the same. It's the same family. They've been running it since.
All
So
right,
I need a
Prophet,
house
what do you got?
special from.
My dad used to make my mom.
David's.
Used to drive all the way out there and order the pizza from there, and he'd drive instead of getting it from Spiro's after Spiro's up on the hill closed.
Another
Mhm.
place you want to try the house special. This is on my list of my favorite Connecticut pizza places. Is the house special at Oakdale Pizza.
Yes.
It's been our
Agreed.
go-to for. It's basically half of a veggie pizza and half of a meat lovers pizza in one, and it's so fucking good. And
If
when
it were, s- if it
when
were still
Simo the
there-
owner
okay.
when Simo the owner is there, you get a perfectly cooked crust and a perfectly charred cheese. It's not.
if it were
it's not
still
huge.
there, down the street from where Lynch used to live in Warregan was Zoe's, and
Zoe's
they
was
made
great.
fantastic fucking pies.
Really?
Amazing. Oh yeah.
See, I get shit from Megan because she grew up near Philly, so you had all these other amazing pizza places, but they were New York style. They were all different. They only had a handful of Greek pizza places up where she grew up. So she moves to Connecticut, and I bring her to my favorite pizza joint at the time, which was Nick's Pizza in Groton, before they ruined it and called it they're calling it something different now, and it's horrible.
Right.
She's like, "This is pizza?" I'm like, "Yeah, this is what I grew up on." She's like, "This ain't pizza."
Chris, you remember Gus's Pizza out on Route 2 before the casinos and everything happened? Remember
Fuck yeah.
They were
Yeah.
bro?
they were
Gus's
great.
out on Route 2. We
They
used to
were
drive all
fucking great.
for us back in Gales Ferry. That was all the way out there, remember? We
Yeah,
drove all
All
the
of
way
it.
out to the res to go get a pizza on Route 2 from Gus's. Or
Yes.
what was the place? It was where Lumax was. The
Mhm.
other side of the building, that place.
Yep.
It's still there,
It's
but
still
it's got
there.
a different name
Yeah,
now.
It's a different name, and it was Roosters for
Different.
a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. But that pizza place was fucking phenomenal too.
And for
We
us,
used to
I'm
go-
just
that's
gonna
where
throw
everybody in the campground at Strawberry Park used to go get pizza.
Darlene comes in and says, anybody remember Club 41 in Norwich many years ago? Great thin crust pizza. I can't say that I do.
Club
Oh.
41. I think I remember what she's talking about. I'm trying to think of geographically. I remember the name.
I thought Club 41 was in Mystic, and maybe that's just me. It could be a different name.
You're thinking
I
of
got
Red
2 words.
36.
Maybe. Herm, I got 2 words for you. Engine 6. Back when Marcel was
Oh
running
yeah, I
it.
remember that on 32, right?
Yo,
yeah.
not Engine 6. Fuck Engine 6. Plaza Pizza. Specific.
Plaza Pizza.
Yeah,
Where's
he
Pla-
was Plaza Pizza when he was in the building. He was Engine 6 when he moved from Plaza and left
That's
the
right,
building
that's
that
right.
the hairdresser was in, and he bought the fucking firehouse.
Oh, that's right.
But when Marcel was running it, it was
great.
good.
We
It
used
was
to go there
alright.
all the time.
But when we lived on Gear Avenue, it was Plaza, and we lived
That's
so
right.
close that the delivery
We
driver
could walk.
would walk it
We
around the
would walk
corner.
in. We were 750 feet from the pizza joint. They would walk the order over.
The food was so. I worked there for a while.
Oh, it's so good. What's your number 1?
All right,
Pokey
so number
Tokerson?
two is Italian food.
Okay.
Specialty Italian food. There's one place here, but there isn't a lot of great Italian food here. There's one good place in town that we found, but that's it. There's just not a lot of Italian food. I miss it. A lot of the shit that I could get at Bruno's,
Mm.
I miss.
Hmm.
And then the number one thing on the list is my kids.
There you go.
I miss being able to touch my kids.
Hey, Catholic priest, what are you talking about?
Yeah, give them a hug, whatever.
I know.
but
I
miss-
know.
You
I
know, smack
miss-
in the head.
Yeah, I miss being able to touch my kids.
Totally
Have you?
understandable.
That's my list.
All right. With 13 minutes, we can go long if we like. Anybody want to rapid fire a list that they have backup?
I didn't really have a backup.
I got backup list. I got chicks from the 80s.
Oh, Jesus.
Ooh.
Rapid fire. Hey, watch. I have to do this on purpose. Herm, shut up during this one. Rapid fire.
right.
Your 10 chicks from the 80s.
Roger that. Tony Katayan. Elizabeth Shue.
Yes.
Yes.
Kim
Yes.
Cattrall from the Mannequin Days.
Very much.
Very nice.
Catherine Bach from Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh,
Mm.
yeah.
Kelly LeBrock.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to catch up for this. Molly Ringwald.
She was hot. She was hot, you know.
Yeah,
I have a thing for redheads. I have a thing for redheads.
mhm.
Yeah, I
You
do
gotta think
too. Attractive redheads.
Yeah,
Definitely.
really.
I got Susanna Hoffs from the Bengals.
Oh, fuck
Mm.
yeah.
All right. Okay.
All 4'10" of her.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'll spin her on my dick like do the fucking helicopter.
Like a sit
Spin
and
it
spin.
on and spin it off. Let's go.
Lick her boobies on the way by.
That's
I
right.
got Phoebe Cates.
Nice.
Yes.
I got Belinda Carlisle.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pre-Coke or
And-
post-Coke?
Pre-Coke.
No, that was
I
the
like-
Go-Go's days.
I liked her
think she
thicker
was-
with the Go-Go's.
That's where I'm going with it. Yep.
There you go, my man.
Yep. And honorable mention from the 70s, we have Eve Plum.
My man went Jan Brady on us.
You see this? This is that emoji I send all the time.
All right. I'm going to rattle off mine in rapid fire. I know Lynch is going to kick my ass on some of these. I did the top 10 American bands. I'm going to do my top 10 non-American bands. Number 10, Def Leppard.
Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass.
Stop it. Herb Alpert was born here. Number 10, Def Leppard. Number 9,
Brass is
Depeche
from
Mode.
Tijuana.
Nice.
Number 8, The Beatles. Number 7, Genesis. Number 6, let's throw Lynch a curve here. Number 6, The Bee Gees, motherfucker.
There you go.
Number 5, Duran Duran.
Rush.
Fuck you. Number 4, Ghost. Number 3, The
Rush.
Police.
Oh, I like the Police.
Shut up, Herm.
Baby.
Who the
Shut
hell
up,
is
Herm.
Ghost?
I'll send you a song. I gotta star that one.
It doesn't
I got
matter.
you,
Don't
brother.
worry about it.
They're
It's not
awesome.
important.
Doesn't
They're
matter,
awesome.
don't worry about it.
It's not
All right,
that
number
fucking
3 was The
important.
Police. Number 2, Judas fucking Priest.
Nice.
Thank you,
And
Rob
because
Halford.
thank you, Rob Halford from Judas Priest.
Thank
And
you, Rob
number
Halford.
1, Matt ruined it earlier in the show. Number 1, the almighty
Let me kill
fucking
Mister.
Motorhead.
Heard Julio Iglesias.
No, Julio Iglesias is not a band. If you said top 10 non-American, it'd be like Tom Jones, Julio Iglesias, fucking Ricky Martin. There's a whole lot of guys I would.
Burt
Engelbert
Baccarat.
Humperdinck.
It's Burt Baccarat.
It's
Dude,
Baccarat, baby.
Anyways,
Engelbert Humperdinck in his day got more ass than
He pulled down some
anybody
pussy.
on the fucking planet.
until Julio Iglesias came on
They
the scene and
threw
took
more
all the pussy
underwear
away
at
from him.
Engelbert Humperdinck.
Can I
Humperdinck?
tell you a story? We have 9 minutes. Can I tell you a story? My dear friend Jeremy, God rest his soul. In 1995, we heard Tom Jones was coming to Foxwoods. And we're like, dude, it's fucking Tom Jones. We have to go. 1995, I am 23. Jeremy is also 23. And we're sitting in the crowd and we're looking around and we're seeing that not everybody in the crowd is 20 fucking 3. And
They're 83.
we made a comment.
Cougar.
We're like, I think we're the only people under 50 in this crowd. And the guy in front of us turned around and said, "Excuse me, I'm 32." We're like, "Oh shit, I'm sorry. Enjoy the show." Yada yada. Tom Jones came out, obliterated the show. 3 years later, I get a job at Mohegan Sun. I'm working in the bank, in one of the banks at Mohegan Sun, and I'm looking at this guy who is the swing shift supervisor. I was grave shift, and I'm like,
"What a Tom Jones concert?"
"Hey, Rob, can I ask you a question?" "Yeah." "You ever seen Tom Jones?" "Fuck yeah, I've seen Tom Jones. I saw him at Foxwoods a couple years ago." were there a couple of kids behind you that said, "We think"? He goes, "No fucking way." I'm like, "Yep, that was me and my buddy." Love Tom Jones. Tom Jones could read the phone book and make it exciting.
Small world.
Yeah, right.
Who was it? Rob who? Do you remember?
His name was Robert Royal.
Oh, I
Lowe.
remember.
Rob Lowe.
Not
I
Rob
remember-
Lowe.
I used to call him King Royale.
I believe that.
Royale with cheese.
Royale with cheese, motherfucker.
The metric system, bitch.
Right. Anybody else got a quick top 10 you want to throw out?
No.
No, I got to think of a quick top 10 we could all contribute to.
Let's try. Around the horn.
Let's see.
Top 10 cuts of beef.
Top 10.
Chuck Rose.
Top 10 things you miss from childhood.
Okay, good. Where do we start?
I'll start.
Breastfeeding.
Jesus
What?
Christ.
What do you say?
Breastfeeding.
Breastfeeding. Nobody remembers.
That could be on there. I'm thinking of
When the
sucking my mom. But thinking of sucking my mom's boobs, no thanks.
No.
When the doctor
I'm good.
sticks the thermometer up your ass, he is high. So
I'm pretty high.
all right,
I had
you
two
go
hits.
first.
I had 2 hits and my magic juice, so I'm pretty.
We all
fucking
get
human.
2. Go around
I miss junior high school,
the horn.
and I miss my childhood friends, the guys I was hanging out with from in that time period, from like 9 to like 16. That's
Okay.
2 of mine.
Good.
Burn, do you want to go?
Sure, I'll go. Things I miss from my childhood. One is freedom. You get shoved out of the house at sometimes 9, sometimes 10 a.m. Unless wrestling was on, then mom had to wait till noon.
Bitch, we were locked out.
On Saturdays, if wrestling was on, she would wait until wrestling was over. Like, get out of the house.
Yeah, but by noon, you had to be out of the fucking house. But
You have to come back by the time the street light is on. She didn't care if we ate. She didn't care if we drank. She didn't care a fuck all. We were out there having the best time. Kickball, baseball, whatever. Playing capture the flag in the woods. Freedom. That's my number one, is just the freedom you had as a kid.
Read the comments, David Duke. Wait, did someone just say they miss sucking on their mom's tits? Norman, is that you?
I don't know who Norman is, but he's got
Norman
a lot
Bates.
to explain.
He's talking about Norman Bates.
Norman
I
Bates.
got you. Yeah, the freedom was number one. Number 2 would be probably the quality of, like we were talking about earlier, the quality of movies and television.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You had shows like Knight Rider, A-Team.
Oh,
Fuck, I don't even give a shit if you took the 2 seasons of Automan.
Great.
Two.
Manimal. There were 2 seasons of Automan, and it was
Really?
terrible. But yeah, the movies. When I look at those movies,
anything that had
Please.
Golan Globus in front of it, yeah.
Yeah.
right? Look at the movies from back then that we still
American
watch to this day.
Ninja.
I watched Johnny Dangerously the other night, front to
Oh,
back.
I love that.
Fucking Christ, we are missing out now because everything has to be all inclusive and
sucks now.
bullshit Jones.
Or it's a reboot.
To watch what even Beverly Hills Cop 1985. Watch Beverly Hills Cop now and say, could that be made today? Absolutely not.
Try to make Airplane today.
Blazing
shit.
Saddles.
That's
Blazing
what I was going to say.
Saddles.
Try to make Blazing Saddles today. So I miss the quality of entertainment. I was in the truck today, the delivery truck, with a coworker, and we were making a delivery to a client, and Sam Kinison came on my shuffle, and this kid was like, dude, this guy is awesome. He's 23. I said, dig into the catalog, bro. Dig in. This is good shit. You'll never get shit like this again. Everybody has to worry about getting canceled. Sam Kinison would have told you that you were canceled and still kept going.
yeah,
The quality of entertainment.
I don't think you have to worry about being canceled.
You can only get canceled if you allow it.
I think that's some sort of fear mongering, holding it over you type of thing that people like to be afraid of. But yeah, go ahead, cancel me.
You're told
Send me on
that
my
you
way.
have to be afraid
Good.
of it. Yeah, I agree.
Good.
You
Give
can,
it a shot.
but that goes back to you can only get canceled if you want to be canceled. Darlene is in the comment section. Try to do All in the Family now.
They actually did a couple of reboots of All in the Family and the Jeffersons live. And they were absolutely excellent. I got to be honest. I watched both of those. They were exceptional, and they were edgy for our time and fucked up. But I don't know if you could get it as a long series. But they did run both episodes of both of those, and they scored well.
They were really good.
There is audience that will tolerate it.
So that's my two. Freedom as a kid, where my daughter doesn't have that freedom now, and the quality of entertainment.
Nice.
So who's up next?
Go ahead, Marsh.
I've got. I think my number one would be, as a young kid, the whole Saturday morning, afternoon routine between the cartoons and the wrestling, and I mean, freaking having grandma make you a nice little lunch as you're watching it was just great. Miss all that. And my number two would have to have been when I was an older kid, probably maybe getting to be about 12 or so, would have had to have been the Hairspray Queens with the Aquanet hair. That shit was hot as hell.
I'll buy that. I was like 13, 14. Yeah, I was a fan.
Mm-hmm. There was a girl I dated who was Aquanet Jones back in the day, and she recently got married. We've stayed in touch all these years, and she sent me a picture recently. And I'm like, why do you not have the poof in the front and the wings to the side and this gimmick?
Oh, God.
Oh, dude, we were high school sweethearts. Herm knows who I'm talking about. And when I went to the Army and came back, we reconnected, and we would stay together overnight, whatever. And I'd watch her morning routine. Drag the bangs out, spray them tight, get the curling iron. Whew.
Amazing.
Like, Jesus, like she was in a fucking Winger video. And I'm like, Mary, why do you have to do this every morning? Well, I have to look good. All right. I think you look good without it. So she sends me a picture of her and her husband at some Cancun gimmick Schnabitz Jones. And I'm like, where's the poof? And her response was, I hate you right now. But I had a smiley face at the end. So Duke says riding bikes with the kids around the neighborhood. Very good. Big hair for the win. Thank you, Duke.
So you'll enjoy this, Chris. I used to go to high school with a girl. She was the big hair. She was the big hair queen. Her name's Michelle. We were still friends. We were friends on Facebook. We reconnected so many years later. I find her name, and then I go click on her profile picture. She still continues the big hair.
I got a friend like that,
and you know what? It actually, for her, it's fitting. She looks good and she rocks it. Michelle, I love you. I know you'll never watch this show, but we were really tight when we were kids, and you're always entertaining to be around.
Same. I went to the Speed Bowl not too long ago, and my friend, I'll just say Ginny, not that she's ever going to watch this show, but Ginny's dad happened to be a fantastic race car driver at Waterford, Hall of Fame Jones. I have his sticker on my car. I have his sticker on my computer. You can't see it because it's way back here. But she still rocks the big hair. And I tell her every time I see her, the 80s may have left, but you're keeping it alive. Thank you. But it works, like you said, it works on her. I can't say that I could picture Ginny with like a Karen haircut with the swoop and the gimmick and this. No, fuck that.
Yeah, dude, right. Ginny's mom, she's got it going on. All right,
Herm. That's what I heard. Yeah, who's got a top two? Herm. Two things you miss from childhood.
Two things I miss.
If you say the G.I. Joe fucking hauler gimmick,
carrier.
No,
the flag.
No,
yeah, that's good.
No. Two things I miss the most about childhood is not having any fucking knee pain and not having to pay any fucking bills.
All right, Herm wins this segment. I think.
I think so.
We don't even need to go on.
That's
Because-
really what the fuck I miss about childhood, because everything else, remarkably, that from my childhood is in this fucking house still.
Yeah.
What I
this is
really
true.
miss is my knees not hurting.
Can we just call it pain-free days?
Yeah,
My
it's
doctor,
like the
Sorry,
accident sign.
Like the
We've
worst
had
thing
0
I had-
days.
Yeah, like days without knee pain. It's a sign. Like days without an accident.
right?
0 days. It's
Last
0
Friday, I went to the doctor for my fracture to get cleared to be 100% for work, and they're like, "How do you feel?" I'm like, I haven't felt this good in 20 years because I constantly back injuries. You guys know this.
Yeah.
Back injury, back injury, back injury. I haven't felt this good, knock on wood, in 20 years. And the doctor says, "How is that possible? You fractured a bone in your back." I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, but I feel like I could conquer the world right now.
I miss not having to take 4 leave with my fucking coffee every morning.
I
is
miss Herm
ironic.
not having to drink coffee every day and then shit on me for not drinking coffee.
Oh, that's the thing. I've been drinking coffee since I was little. When I lived on Ring Drive before we moved to Ledger when I was 5, with my dad's my mom's dad used to make me coffee milk in the morning.
Yeah.
When I
Yummy.
was like 3. So I've been drinking coffee and have enjoyed the flavor and taste of it.
Understood. The coffee's great. The taste of it, anyway.
So, tea's pretty good too, but I'm definitely not drinking Mexican whore bathwater with melon and lime and cucumber or whatever it
Hey,
is.
until you try it, don't say a goddamn thing.
Look, I'm not drinking anything that's clear and green. That's kind of close.
How can it be clear and green? It's one or the other.
It's clear. You can see through. It's translucent.
All right, hold on.
It's green.
All right, I'm calling a timeout.
I'm gazpacho. That's all
Dude.
I hear and feel when I see that container is gazpacho in a glass.
I'm caffeine free for the last 2 weeks, water and juices and things of that. But I'm going to ask this one question,
Water?
Lynch.
No way, fish fucking that.
I don't give a fuck, Lynch.
Yeah.
How was the lime cucumber Gatorade?
Surprisingly not bad.
You're
Thank
asking
you.
You're asking the guy with the anal issue how that tasted. Like
I'm going Joe Biden. I'm going Joe Biden on this. If it supports my theory, I win.
Oh, listen. This is coming from a guy who ate an entire little can of Vienna sausages live.
That is true.
Those are tasty.
That's what I'm
Fucking
saying.
love 'em.
So your point is obviously invalid. You're obviously impaired.
I'm
Those are
challenging
tasty.
the two of you, Herm, Marsh.
You
If
say
I have
those
to,
are tasty.
if I have to, no, he said that, not me. If I have to buy one from Marsh and deliver it to his house and say, "Drink this," and then Herm, wherever you live in, like Mexico land, there's got to be the pepino cucumbre or whatever the fuck it says.
I mean, David Duke goes, "Did you chew?" No, that's the whole fucking problem with that, Dave. He swallowed.
No, he swallowed them.
whole. It's like a fucking snake swallowing a mouse. It's just.
It was disgusting. But what I do know, what I will stand behind to this day, is that the Mexican dude at PCC, I don't know how many years ago it was, said, "You need to try this Gatorade." I'm like, "It's lime cucumber. That's two things that doesn't sound great together." "No, I will buy it for you. You will drink it." And he said it just like that. "You will drink it." I'm like, "Okay, I will drink it." He was a big burly son of a bitch. I drank it and I fell in love. It was so good. Now, if you're a drinker, unlike Lynch, if you take that lime cucumber gimmick and you mix it with, I don't know, vodka or some clear alcohol, you just made yourself a tasty fucking beverage.
I'll drink anything mixed with vodka. That's not fair.
Try
That's
it
not even
first without
fair.
the vodka. Try it first
God.
without the vodka. That's the challenge. I win. Get out.
Wow.
Okay.
Gauntlet thrown.
Boom. He hasn't even tried it yet, and he's shitting on it. Fuck you
Well,
and your ass.
I
And
was
your
kind of
burn
shitting on
ends.
it too. I was kind of shitting on it too at first. I'm like,
How'd that work out for you, Lynch?
But you know,
I mean, I may have to lean towards Herm when he says you do like the butt stuff a little bit too much, but
That's what I'm saying.
at the end of the day, you're all in on the lime cucumber Gatorade.
just saying, don't use me as my source of judgment.
Yeah, basically. Although I do, because you're trusted.
I married well.
That's about it. Speaking of married well, I think all three of you married well. I'm still hunting for that big booty Latina cutie. So let's work on that.
Selena's dead, and J-Lo's not interested.
No, fuck J-Lo.
I
She
would.
slept with A-Rod. I'm done. No, What? We lost. There he is.
It's not really a loss. It's back.
But I hear the drums. That means we're back next week around the same time. We'll have an actual topic. This was fun. I had a good time.
I'm sorry.
Last words going around the horn. Starting with Herm. Last words.
Believe is great shit.
All right. Lynch.
I also would like some pain-free days.
All right. Fair enough. Marsh.
I like crayons.
My last word comes after. My last word
Which
comes
color's your
after
favorite?
the song. That purple doesn't taste like grape. My last word comes after the song. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. We appreciate each and every one of you that tune into us, whether you're live or after the fact. Tell your friends, Dysfunction Junction, this is the place to be. Now go the fuck home after the song.
Duke.
Later, Duke.
Falls up on you at first light. I'm the hand of God. I'm the dark Messiah. I'm the vengeful one. In the blackest moments of a dying world, what have you
Guys, don't lie to me. You guys all secretly loved Alyssa Milano until she became a far left liberal twat.
Well, I liked Ashley Judd too.
I don't care. I don't care about that either.
I'd still stick it in her.
She's got really hairy arms. She's got really hairy arms. Alyssa Milano, look it up. She's hairy everywhere.
That's perfect.
Super
I
hairy.
am a wilderness explorer.
This is why we can't have nice